Welcome to the Film Bros Podcast. I'm your host, JP. I got my co host over here, Josh. Say what up to the people, Josh.
What up, people?
You guys are tuned in to the podcast where we review movies, give our opinions, thoughts, theories, all things Star Wars, Marvel, DC, etc., etc., etc. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Oh shoot, I need to be more organized with my notes and stuff like that. So Josh, what do you think we should start off with? Yeah, we got all kinds of new. We got Star Wars stuff. We got DC. We got Marvel. What are we trying?
I think we should talk about the elephant in the room. Walter Hamada
Oh,
finally leaving DC films
are we
as the
getting
president.
juicy right off the bat? Okay, Walter Hamada, huh? Leaving before the premiere of Black Adam. Coincidence or is this a good thing? What's up with that?
Of course, it's a good thing. I mean, I mean, I don't really care for him as a person. So, like, sorry he lost his job, but he should have been better at it. um, but I mean, clearly, hopefully, it's a good thing for the DC universe and the films going ahead. Um, I think maybe with everything going on with The Rock and stuff, and or maybe he saw that they were bringing back Henry Cavill because I heard that he was the one holding him back. So maybe he was like, "All right, that's the final straw. I'll go," or maybe he was fired. We'll never truly know.
Because I was over here thinking about it earlier as well. Do you believe that because of the low Rotten Tomato scores, how people are saying that it's not that great of a movie? I know you've seen the Rolling Stones article. I was pretty harsh, and this is supposed to be Walter Hamada's like last DC movie, like his last hurrah. This is gonna be, you know what I mean? Do you think the Rotten Tomato score, because it's currently at a 55%? It's considered rotten, by the way, guys, and I know not everybody likes to go based off the Rotten Tomato score, and everybody tells you go make your own opinion. Of course, 100% make sure you go check out the movie regardless. Don't let nobody ever tell you how good a movie is. You go judge it for yourself. But I know me, and I know I like to look at reviews before I purchase something. So, I mean, a Rotten Tomato score is a Rotten Tomato score, but do you feel like the Rotten Tomato score is the reason why he's probably stepping down before the premiere?
Before the, I don't think so. I mean, we don't really know why he's stepping down or if he was fired. We don't know that for sure. We just know he's gone. So maybe it could be the Rotten Tomato scores, or perhaps they were just like, "Hey, it's time to go." Clearly, The Rock is taking the reins, or I don't know if he's gonna be the president, but clearly he's looking like the man in charge right now. So maybe, just maybe, he was probably let go before the premiere, just to rip the band-aid off. And if the movie does well and he gets the credit, then cool. But if it tanks, we know they're probably gonna be looking at him and The Rock, judging them really harshly.
Man, isn't that isn't that some wise words? Some wise words, sir. Um, yeah, man. That all that aside, Walter Hamada exiting everything. What do you think about that Rotten Tomato score? How do you feel it's gonna affect its performance at the box office?
Okay, well, I don't like Rotten Tomatoes. The way I feel about movie reviews is like I take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Because it's their job and stuff, but like they've sort of been giving DC the shaft since BVS. You know what I mean?
Whoa, 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 whoa! What do you mean?
Like they've always been giving Marvel higher scores and stuff rather than um DC since DC even came out with Man of Steel.
Josh, no. Don't be one of those people.
I'm being one of those
Don't
people.
be one of those people. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to do it to him,
That
guys.
MCU bias, I'm telling you.
I'm biased.
The MCU is
Oh,
biased.
the MCU is biased.
They run the market. I
Okay.
can tell you, I saw an article piece earlier saying that they compared Doctor Fate and was like, he's a low rate Doctor Strange or something like that.
Uh,
They've tainted how the Rotten Tomatoes and viewers view movies and stuff outside of the MCU.
I can't agree with you. I can't agree with you, and I'm gonna tell you why I can't agree with you. I know we don't have the YouTube up yet, but we will be getting the YouTube up, guys, and we'll be able to show this all to you live. But for right now, you're gonna have to take my word. So let's go to. I'm right now. I am on Rotten Tomatoes, looking up DC movies. What is that? What is that score right there next to DC League of Super Pets?
That's a kids movie.
Okay. Hold on.
Let the record show he was showing the 73%.
It was a 73% Rotten Tomato score.
Yeah, but for Super Pets, of course, that one's gonna be well received. It's a kids movie.
Okay, hold on. Okay, Man of Steel 56, right? Correct. You seen that? Oh, Justice League is obviously 39%. Nobody's fighting that one. I'm not even gonna argue with you. It's not. That's not very good. Dang, I know there's a way to like pop them all up at one time, but I just don't know how. Let me see. Um. Oh, Birds of Prey is a movie, right? DC. What does that say? Certified Fresh at 79%. Birds of a Prey. Now, I didn't personally love that movie in particular. I mean, I think we'll be giving out our full review on that one.
Yeah, yeah.
But to say the least, it was a good movie, but it wasn't the best in my eyes, and um, I think they went a direction that I wasn't expecting. But you know, it did what it had to do. Where is it?
Well, I just think that there's the bias. Compare that one to an MCU movie, Birds of Prey, since that's a good starting point. You got what, 73, 79? Birds
Yeah,
of Prey?
yeah.
Now look up an average MCU movie.
An average MCU movie. Let me see. Let me see.
We're trying to get the stats, guys. Hold on.
Yeah,
Be patient.
give me a sec. Avengers 91%. Let me see.
91%. That's an ensemble film. Look up Zack Snyder's Justice League. Did they do a review on that one?
Yes, I believe so. Let me see. Zack Snyder. Ooh, what the hell is that? My spelling's crazy. Zack Snyder's Justice League. That is 71%.
71.
71%. I think that's fairly good. That's a
That's
good review.
good, but like they have been tanking. You know what I mean?
Um,
I'm telling you, the bias exists.
I believe. I want to be 100%. I think the reason why Warner Brothers doesn't really get a lot of it's because they're not meeting when critics go when even like when you're review a movie or when we review a movie, it's about does it check all the boxes? That is it comedy? Is it is it making me feel all the feelings that it's putting me through the movie, etc., whatever your own criteria, because I feel like everybody's different. Is obviously what is it, objective?
Yeah, it's all subjective.
Subjective, there you go.
Objective is different.
Yeah, subjective. So I think when they do that, I think that Marvel and Disney in general knows how to pull on the heartstrings of the audience, and I kind of feel like that's why they kind of get more Rotten Tomato scores. Now, granted, there are some movies on the MCU list where I feel like they gave them a high rating, and I'm just like, well, what the hell? Why is that so high? But I think
Far from home.
in Far From Home was not a bad movie. I don't understand.
It is
I
bad,
don't
and they
understand.
still gave it like
Well,
a
hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
70
whoa, whoa. Now,
something,
now you're just being
80.
disrespectful, buddy. What did that movie ever do to you? Like it never did anything.
It shot my dog.
Oh man. But so with that being said, and I know I cut you off, but so you think so? Do you think it's gonna affect its performance in the box office with the tomato score?
I'd say so, but I think it'll be okay because I'm not sure how many people actually listen to Rotten Tomatoes. I think if you do, that's your own thing. I gotta be real. I think it's kind of dumb. But if you listen to them, that's your own thing. I just say go judge the movie for yourself.
Of course, everybody go judge the movie for themselves. Don't ever, like I said, do not ever listen to anybody else's opinion. They may be wrong. Like it's everybody has their own opinion. Go form it for yourself.
Exactly.
But there's nothing wrong with a guide that tells you if it's bad or not. Because some people don't want to waste their money on a ticket. And if it's a bad movie, then if it's a bad review, then that it's not going to be that great.
I also saw IGN give it a 5, and I find IGN a bit more reliable, but I don't think I there's no way it's a 5.
He's just a DC show.
No, no, no. I have my moments for the MCU and Star Wars, but I'm rooting for Black Adam.
Well, with that being said, guys, I just thought I, remind y'all Black Adam is out this Friday. We will be putting our initial reaction out, and then we will give a full review of the movie once that is out.
Exactly. So stay tuned for that one.
Yes. But that being said, what about did you hear Black Adam was supposed to be rated R, and they had to edit so much to make it PG-13? I guess they were gonna go balls to the wall with this movie.
I think that goes with any movie. I think it's just a lot of scenes end up on the chopping block, and The Rock brings in money regardless, but giving it an R rating sort of just makes it secluded. Kids are gonna want to be like, "Oh man, Dwayne the Rock Johnson's in this movie, and let's go see it." But they can't see it, so they were probably just like, "Now we gotta make it PG-13 for everybody." Although I do support making superhero movies R rated.
I was gonna say the highest grossing, some of the highest grossing movies are R rated. You got Deadpool, you got the Joker movie, like
Yeah, because those movies are able to go to the extreme and in quote unquote hit all the boxes that critics love, but at the same time, that's just mainly for like adults and stuff.
mm-hmm.
And when you have a star like The Rock, you kind of have to share the pot with everybody. I'd say.
Yeah. With that being said, last week I had asked you, what was your theory? Where do you think Black Adam fits in the bigger DCU? Um, this week some news came out. Okay, I'm hearing a Man of Steel 2 is in the works.
Finally, no.
I'm hearing that it's in the works. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm ecstatic.
Of course, of course. We're finally getting Henry Cavill back as Superman, which probably confirms that he's in Black Adam. And thank you. We should all say thank you to The Rock. He made it possible.
I'm sorry, with a 55% score, we're gonna have to wait on the thank yous.
Okay? No.
If he pieced together a barely functional movie, like I said, I'm rooting for this movie. I hope it's good, but in the trailers it just looks generic, man. So, but like I said, I all props to him, but I don't know. I think giving this man a lot more praises than what I'm thinking.
Oh man, if we got Man of Steel 2 in the works, it's because of The Rock. He was full court pressing them for Henry Cavill back.
I gotta give him respect for that. I will give him respect. I feel like he did do from the way he speaks about it and everything in interviews. Like it does sound like he really did fight for a very like just so he can have Henry Cavill,
Exactly. And you know who was stopping him? Walter Hamada.
and that's why he's out the
And
door.
that's exactly why he's out the door.
What about this supposed Flash script that's done? This second movie.
The Flash script? They already, I didn't even hear about this one. They already finished a sequel?
They have a Flash 2 script just in case the Flash does really well.
That's interesting.
They ever
They are preparing.
They said, you know what, the test screenings are doing well. Everything is doing so great. We believe we have this massive hit on our hands. Start writing the second script, and apparently it's done. It's ready to go. And on top of that, it is written for Ezra Miller because I'm assuming they wrote all this pre all the scandals that he was in. But um, yeah, what do you think about that? Them having one ready to go.
If they have one ready to go, that's pretty ambitious of them. But I think that's probably a good idea. Always keep it in the. Always keep it close by. You know what I mean? Because even if Ezra Miller doesn't work out, I hope it does. If the movie still does well, they can just recast and move on with the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it close. Do what they want with it, but this time no strings attached to Ezra, depending on where they end up and stuff.
Yeah, I honestly, I think they, I think they're putting all the eggs in this basket. Though I feel like they're really rooting for the Flash to make it. I'm rooting for it too. I hope it does well, but hearing that a script is done already is kind of like, man, they have the faith in this movie. They are putting everything on this movie. I'm excited for it. I'm actually excited to watch this movie now. I know that it was going through massive. Well, there was rumors that it was going through like reshoots and all that stuff. So when I heard that they were just trying to erase everything in the beginning because the rumors and leaks were saying that that's what was happening. Like I said, I'm not sure. These are, take it with a grain of salt. We never know what rumors are true, what's not true. But when I was hearing the rumors that they might have erased everything, I was like, man, I'm really gonna hate this damn movie. Why would you erase everything that you built from so far? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it took them forever. Like again, Zack Snyder just he gave them the ball and they could build upon it, but because of Walter Hamada and the as you put it, the old regime, they were like, nah, take that away. And so I'm hoping since the Flash did get reshoots and stuff, we do get a mix of both and they don't just erase it all. Because you remember there was a time where that movie, the Flash movie, was just gonna be Flashpoint.
Uh-huh.
We were gonna get Thomas Wayne, we were gonna get all these people, and then they were like, nah, we gotta change it now because people don't like what Snyder was doing and whatever else.
Yeah.
So I think now that it's all settled and they're doing well with that movie, they're just ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I do hope we still get Supergirl because that's not her. The actress is like
Mm-hmm.
she looks like she's ready to go. I hope her role isn't scrapped or anything like that. Like I hope
Yeah.
she stays in the
Mm-hmm.
main continuity.
Yeah, and that's funny because in the beginning in the first couple test screenings that um I heard they were gonna kill Henry Cavill as a baby. Like I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. I remember that.
They're gonna just do it what's his name? What's his name? What Rhodey said in Endgame, baby
Just kill him as a baby. Go
down.
back, kill him as a baby.
So now knowing that that's not gonna happen, they're not gonna rewrite it. I'm hoping at the end of the movie they are basically on Earth together, and they just I'm hoping so because what's the actress's name? Sasha Kala.
I'm not too sure what her name is.
Sasha, I believe it's Sasha. She she looks good as a Supergirl. I think she'd
It,
do
her
amazing.
suit looks really good.
I love her suit, dude. That shit, it's clean. I I can't wait.
That's one suit where I'd be like, yeah, she doesn't need a cape.
No,
Cape is cool, but I think if off of what we've seen of like set photos and stuff, it looks solid without a cape.
yeah, yeah, but they they're gonna put a cape,
Yeah, yeah,
CGI cape,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the movie, and if it does if it does do really well, then fuck it, greenlight that script, we start the production ASAP, and just hope Ezra doesn't do anything crazy anymore.
yeah. I just think the Flash movie, it's not their bread and butter, but you can tell that they are really like pedaling toward like success with that one
Mm.
because they did reshoots. I don't know what happened with Michael Keaton. He was supposed to play a big role, and I guess now he's not, or maybe his role is still the same. He doesn't really tell us, you know. I know they don't have, or maybe they do. Like you know how the MCU actors have secrecy? They're like, keep it on the hush hush, whatever. Michael Keaton, honestly, he's too old for that. He's just like, what do I care? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, just go see the movie. Like, but I think that movie's gonna do really well.
Yeah, I think so too, and I hope so. Um, Speaking of Keaton, another rumor. I just heard this rumor today too, guys. So take it with a grain of salt. I don't know how true it is. I heard that they want to make Batfleck and Keaton Batman movie, but the Brave and the Bold.
I'm not. That doesn't sound as thrilling as people may expect. Like I don't know what it is, but Batman on a multiversal level, the only time I feel it works is when he meets Owlman or whatever his the evil counterpart
Yeah,
is when he's part of the crime syndicate.
yeah,
Like it only works if he's the more evil version. Like sure Batman is like cold and calculated, but he has a heart.
yeah.
But that the crime syndicate version, I think it's Owlman. He's more of like he's like, man, like this is just the facts.
I think you make sense because kind of like when the Flash has different Flashes around them. Like they all have different personalities. They're all different stuff like that. When it's a Batman with another Batman, it's just the same, right? They have to have the same characteristics, basically.
Yeah, like and like the only time I think it worked was when I don't know if you remember the Justice League Unlimited show when they did it,
Mm.
but it was like they jumped into the future and he met his old self.
Yeah,
It worked in that dynamic because he was older. He was like, damn, like how'd I live this long? You know what I mean? But multiversal stuff, it's like, oh man, there's only so much distinction between this Batman and that Batman. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I think with if that were to happen, I don't know. I don't think it'll end up too good.
I I would just say I think they're kind of jumping the gun with that one. If the rumor is true, then sure. But I think we would be able to judge their dynamic off of the Flash when the Flash comes out, and I feel like we'll be able to give a better determination. As of right now, I don't know how they would act on screen. I can't imagine uh Keaton acting as Batman alongside or across from Batfleck. Like I can't.
They're
I can't.
two different sides of the spectrum,
I'm
honestly.
trying to figure out like how their dialogue's gonna be in the Flash. It's just it's hard. I would have never if, in a million years if you would have told me like 10 years ago you're gonna see Batflick and Keaton in a movie together interacting, I would have been like, you're high. There's no way.
Well, first you would have been like, wait, Ben Affleck's gonna be Batman?
Exactly.
Like he was just Daredevil, like you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But like, I don't know. That doesn't sound too appealing. What they need to do with Keaton, and I know everyone keeps repeating this idea, just make a Batman Beyond movie. Have him be
Honestly,
the old Bruce Wayne. Train Terry McGinnis. Do something like that. Stop trying to bring him in and play like this front man Batman when we know he's kind of too old for that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it works for his movie, and like I know his universe has like comics and stuff, but at the same time, you gotta know when to let this actor go. You know what I mean? And just give him a supporting role.
Yeah.
Which I think he would be a great Bruce Wayne if he just mentored someone like Terry. As for Batfleck, we still need a solo movie for him.
Yeah.
And like have him face off Deathstroke. Like he's someone who I think is more.
Deathstroke's not a Batman villain.
Well, I know he's not a Batman villain. You're not gonna. I'm not gonna argue with that. I know he's not. But like that was what we were promised. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hope that happens. I I'm still hoping on that one. That's one of the movies that I was hoping to watch is a Batfleck movie with just Deathstroke. Oh, and ever since I seen that it was the Arkham game, right? The Batman
Yeah,
the
Arkham Origins.
Arkham Origins when that trailer came out where Batman and Deathstroke going at
The
it.
yeah, the
Bro,
live
I would have
the
loved
little
to see
cinematic.
I would have loved to see like an actual movie.
Yeah,
like a real life.
and like that was Batman like in his like before his prime. You know what I mean? This Batman is old. He's brutal.
Yup.
Like him and Slade would go blow for blow, I think. But we're just not gonna get that. It's a shame. But
But you know what we are gonna get?
What are we getting?
We're getting a secret project from your favorite director.
Oh my God.
Right after Peacemaker season 2. What do you think that is? I need some speculation.
I really hope it's not Superman. I hope it's anything but that. Like I don't have a prejudice against James Gunn. I just haven't liked his last few things. I'll say it now. I don't really like Peacemaker. I really didn't enjoy the Suicide Squad. It's not for me. And I feel if he were to be given the reins of Superman, it just wouldn't work for me.
I don't like I said, I don't. You think it's gonna be a Superman movie?
No, I don't think. I'm hearing the rumors and what people want, and I hope it's not. If it's a secret project film, I'd say give him Lobo. Lobo. Give him Lobo. Let him make all the jokes, sex jokes he wants. Make it as dark as he wants. Like Lobo is what I imagine James Gunn is perfect for. You know what I mean?
Okay. So if it was a secret project, if it was Lobo, you'd be alright with it.
Yes, I would.
Any other DC property or just Lobo?
I know he can do comedy pretty well, so maybe like a Booster Gold and Blue Beetle movie. Not Jaime Reyes, but Ted Cord.
Oh, okay.
Booster Gold and Ted Cord Blue Beetle.
Mm-hmm.
It could be pretty good. But that's pretty much all I can really like think about when it comes to James Gunn directing a movie. Or maybe it's another Suicide Squad movie. Who knows?
You know what? I don't think he's a bad director. I think he has good direction. I just think sometimes he overdoes it. Like Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one was really good. That movie was really good. Second one was okay, had more jokes. And then when he moved over to DC, like I feel like, and you know he can go dark. You know he can go dark because of Brightburn and stuff like that. Like you know he can go.
Yeah, see, like I like Brightburn.
He can go dark and he can do those tones and stuff like that. I just feel like he needs to find a middle ground. I feel like Peacemaker was too silly, too much. That thing was like you tried to get into it, and then next thing you know, a character said "fuck," and it was like, bro, it just be out of nowhere, or actually not even out of nowhere because you would expect it because it's every other word. Everybody's fucking cussing, doing this, doing that, whatever.
Like him, Peacemaker and Vigilante and stuff. Like I'm pretty sure they'd be good characters, but every other sentence it was fuck or shit or some stupid joke, and it just threw me out of it half the time.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I mean, and then like when it did get emotional, like I did feel it, but then they would fill it in with some stupid ass joke again.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay.
I think his middle ground would be Lobo, personally.
I could agree with you. I'm like I said, I'm not really 100% sure. I can't. I just as long as he doesn't do shit like the Peacemaker again. I hope Peacemaker season 2 is like a little bit more under control. I hope he understands. Like, look, you can't be fucking doing that all the time. You know,
Yeah,
not every character needs to say fuck. Some of them have to have their own personality. You know.
exactly. And
So
like I didn't like the first season. It was kind of for me, but I'll obviously watch the second season, hoping it gets better.
okay, as long as you give it a shot. I can't knock you if you're gonna at least give it
Yeah.
a shot. Shot. All right. With that being said, oh, actually, one more topic underneath the little DC branch right here. Actually, two, because I think it's a Warner Brothers movie. But what about Matt Reeves and his little Batman spinoffs that are gonna happen? You know, they named a few. They said there was Professor Pig,
Professor Pig.
Clayface,
Yep.
and Scarecrow.
Yes.
Dude, okay, okay. I don't think Clayface can work in his world, and I'm just saying because his shit's grounded. Like, it's grounded. Like I'm trying to think. You know, people are saying like, oh, put Mister Freeze in there. Trying to think how he can practically use Mister Freeze in a grounded scenario where there's not
Bro,
a lot of
I have
stuff.
I've been
But like, how is Clayface gonna? Scarecrow can probably work. He'd probably be some deranged doctor or something. You know, whatever.
exactly.
But like Clayface, I don't know. What is he gonna do? Just throw clay at people?
You just have to click in. Just
Yep.
no, man. I've been saying this since the first one came out, and they were pitching ideas, or they're not pitching, but the fans were like, "Do Mister Freeze," and I was like, "How do you do? Like, I don't know. If he can pull it off, great, but I can't see these mystical characters. Like, I couldn't see Poison Ivy in this universe. I couldn't see Clayface, Harvey Dent. I can see like Two Face, like the Penguin obviously works. I just don't see how they will work. And you know, I told you about this when the first one came out. I think it was right after we seen it. I was like, I hope they don't do Professor Pig. You remember that?
I don't know. I don't.
I
But
told you I didn't want it because they already did the serial killer thing,
oh,
Zodiac
with
thing.
Riddler, huh?
Yeah, and like Professor
But
Pig,
Riddler's not even a serial killer, and that's what I'm saying. Like they switched.
they switched it up to make it dark and fit the thing,
Yeah.
but like that's how grounded they made it. Because how dumb would this fool be if he was just leaving trophies everywhere? But like
Oh,
Professor
it's the
Pig,
end of the fucking Batman game, and I gotta
Pro-
get all these trophies.
Professor Pig is like the same thing essentially,
Uh-huh.
but he does it with dead bodies and body parts. So like, I don't know how that'll work. I told you I didn't really want it. Of course, I'm gonna see it just to see if they do it in a different way. The power to them. But I don't know. I don't know how Clayface or Mister Freeze would be working.
Yeah, man. To be honest, I don't. I'm not gonna say I have a problem with Matt Reeves' universe. The Batman was okay for me. I don't feel like it has a lot of rewatch value because it's just so long and tedious, to be honest. But I just I don't know. I just need to know how he's planning to incorporate any of these characters, especially like I said, especially Clayface, Mister Freeze. It's gonna be hard to do it. It's gonna be hard if yeah. I just think his world is just too grounded. It can't. It doesn't feel like Poison Ivy. Like how you said Poison Ivy. I feel like Poison Ivy's was probably gonna be some crazy plant lady.
Yeah, like I don't know. I the way I can see Scarecrow working is yeah, he's a crazy doctor and stuff, and he's also somehow a chemist or something, and that's how his fear toxin works.
Mm-hmm.
Um, with Pig, like I said, he disembodies people, leaves them out. Batman will find him, work his little detective magic, and find him. But Clayface, is he gonna be like his sledge monster form, or is he gonna just be like transforming from people to people,
Mm-hmm.
portraying to be people he's not? Like, are we gonna see him transform like how he usually does with Clay, or is he gonna be that big monster? I don't know.
Yeah.
What I
Damn.
do look forward to though is that Penguin show, the Penguin series that they're planning to do,
Oh
with
yeah, that's supposed to be set in Arkham, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's that one I'm definitely looking forward to. I really love the Penguin in the Batman movie.
Oh, well, we'll see how they incorporate all these characters. We'll see what happens. I'm trying to have faith, but
It just we'll have to wait and see how they do it
yeah,
because they can get very mystical and change up the entire
I was gonna
aspect.
say that they can easily change it up if they wanted to. They
They
can
can.
boost it up to make this happen.
It'll feel a very different way than the first one, obviously.
Oh, you know what? That I would like that though. I would like if they started off grounded, like really grounded with Batman, and like if he's building his own universe and things just what if Superman does come out of the sky or something, and what if like instead of him being a baby, he's already like somewhat grown or something, right? And then he crash lands or something, and Batman basically helps teach him, and then this is when like if done right, I feel it's probably a bad idea or something, but if done right, I feel like if they started at the bottom and they build all that up and just be like, look, as more superheroes come out, bigger villains come out to fight him, and Batman can't do it by himself anymore.
It'll
That'd be I would be interested if they did something like that for sure.
it's an interesting thing to think about though because think about it. Think about, for example, Michael Keaton's Batman movie. It wasn't too whimsical. It wasn't too anything. You know what I mean? Nothing too spectacular. Sure, we got Joker and him. But that's the basic dynamic.
Yeah.
As what was it? Sequel was it Batman Forever where it was Two Face and Riddler?
Mm-hmm.
That Gotham was just colorful and vibrant and
Yeah.
like it was so much different from the Gotham in Keaton's movie.
Mm-hmm.
So like if they go that route, you'll notice it. So I don't think it'll be too bad unless people are like, "Hey, this feels a little different from the first one." But I don't know. Yeah, I think it can work. We're just gonna have to wait and see how it works.
Okay. Yeah. I'd be I'd be interested to see how it pans out for sure.
Exactly.
Oh man. And with that being said, I guess the couple other things that came out of Warner Brothers DC, Warner Brothers Discovery, we got one of uh my personal favorite news. We're getting an RIPD 2. I don't know if anybody's actually seen the first one with Ryan Reynolds, but I actually enjoyed it, even though the CGI was kind of wonky and it was kind of
The story was fun.
yeah, I found it really fun. So I'm kind of excited that they're coming out with the second one. I did not know about this movie until literally yesterday, but apparently it's coming out next month.
Damn,
So
I had no idea. What the heck?
yeah, I'll show you the trailer later,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's actually it's funny.
Okay.
But with the last little bit of
Hold up. We got a little bit more. Wait a minute.
okay,
You ain't hear about Titan season 4. Titan season 4. I know you
get
don't
out
watch
of
it.
my head. I was about to ask.
Oh, okay, and I know you ain't. I know you don't watch it. Slade is coming back. The actor from two, season 2 or 3, something like that.
Mhm.
It's been a minute since I've watched.
Well, I seen the trailer that dropped.
Yes,
It looks good. I just it's hard to get into Titan, man.
I hear it is, but I've enjoyed it. The only reason I kind of stopped was because I was trying to watch it weekly and it wasn't for me. So like maybe now that it's finally out, I can go back and watch it and be ready for season 4. But season 4 looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm slowly getting my way. I think I got through 5 episodes of season one. It's just season one is really slow.
Yeah, season 1. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I feel it's hard to sit through the whole thing. I'm gonna try to push through because season four does look pretty good, like in the trailers, and I like that they turned him into Nightwing.
Yeah,
It's just man, dude, that show has a slow start.
yeah, it's slow. I'll give you that. I think it picks up a lot better in season 2 and 3. Season 4 looks pretty solid though. Like they're finally giving Beast Boy his suit, like his white and red suit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I hope he turns into more animals and actually turns green and stuff. Like now that they can organize that. I think season 4 is gonna be pretty good. Comes out November 3rd.
Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, that CGI, man. That CGI on that show, that's another thing. It's hard to watch a show with bad CGI, bro.
And
I
I
feel
do it with Smallville. You gotta just
okay, but at the time you expected that. Smallville was ahead of its time. Okay, that shit. When I was watching it when I was younger, I was looking at that like, wow, this is great. Now I look back at it, I'm like, oh shit. But I mean, at the time, it was really good, and I feel um, that Titans should have been put in a position where it can do fucking phenomenal with the graphics. Fucking Superman and Lois, they're doing all this crazy stuff on this budget. It looks kind of bad at times, but I mean, at least they try, and they do a lot more crazier shit than what they do on Titans. I'm sure.
yeah, I guess. Maybe you have a point. I don't know. I enjoy it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a TV budget. You got to do what you can. I enjoy
Yeah.
it. I let it go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
If you sat and nitpicked every like CGI mistake, we'd be here forever. You know what I mean?
On that show.
Well, like in general, that show or Supergirl or any of the CW shows,
Well, I mean,
or even with the MCU, there's a handful of
honestly,
times where
I've seen the CGI on the Flash, and it was good at one point.
it was good.
It
I
was
can tell you, it was really good at one
it was really good for television CG.
and then they started making these big monster things that just
Yeah.
didn't work. You know what looked really good? Came out season 2, King Shark.
Oh yeah,
He ended up looking really good.
I seen that. Yeah, I seen photos and stuff.
Yeah, he looks really good. Not to be confused with the King Shark in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
I kind of like the design in the CW show more than
yeah.
what they
He
did.
looked like beefy and like an actual shark. He's supposed to be a metahuman,
Yeah,
and like not to diss on the Suicide Squad anymore, but like King Shark in that movie was kind of dumb.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
like it was just a big difference.
yeah. That was one thing. I was hoping in the Suicide Squad he would have been like fucking a badass King Shark, but yeah, they made him dumb. And then the low budget got the badass King Shark.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
whatever. You know, you can't win them all, I guess.
yeah.
But I will get around to Titans one day.
Good.
One day. With that being said, it sounds like that'll wrap up topic number one. All things DC. I think we kind of went a little. I think Walter Hamada triggered all this
Discourse.
avalanche of like DC. So thanks, Walter Hamada. Your last hurrah before you leave office. With that being said, let's move on to what Marvel's been cooking up.
Okay.
And some good things. So I don't know if anybody's a fan of Moon Knight. It was an okay show. It was pretty good.
I thought it was decent.
It was a better one of the Disney Plus shows for sure.
Yeah, I don't read too much of his comics, but from what I do know, like my knowledge, they kind of fumbled it with the first couple of episodes, and then my favorite episodes ended up being where he was dead, quote unquote dead, and then he was like in his head going through memories and stuff. Like that was probably my favorite episode. Yeah,
my favorite one's with the hippo.
Yeah, that's the same one.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They he's supposed to be dead and he's in limbo.
Mm-hmm. I like the hippo. The hippo.
She was funny.
She was funny. She was worth it. Well, then you might be excited for what Oscar Isaac had to say. Apparently, nothing's been renewed, but apparently there's talks between Marvel and him of a potential season 2. You excited about that?
I thought they started shooting. Wasn't he in Cairo a couple months ago?
Yeah, but they never confirmed anything.
Oh, okay. That. Well, if that's cool. Hopefully he does get a second season. I know they did say it was like a one and done. He wasn't signed on for more things. But I hope he comes back and he joins that more mystical side of Marvel that we were talking about. Like he Swamp Thing and Werewolf by Night and
that'd be cool.
Blade and stuff. So hopefully we do see more of that.
I hope they don't make his suit CGI for the upteen time.
I hope it does get more practical. Like I wasn't vibing with the way he was transforming.
Yeah.
And then like that one, his one with the cape was CGI, but then you had Mr. White or Steven, whatever, it was practical. I was like,
Yeah.
why would you make that change when you could just make two suits? You know
Hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah. I'm kind of excited for a season 2 of Moon Knight. I enjoyed season 1. I feel like it was the better of the Disney Plus shows. Although I do have a problem with the Disney Plus shows. I don't feel like they were able to stick the landing on a good chunk of them. WandaVision was obviously pretty good. Falcon and Winter Soldier kind of did not stick the landing for me. I don't think She-Hulk did. Moon Knight, no, they did not either. So hopefully they fix that problem with season 2. Hopefully they can flesh out.
They just kind of stop with these big ensemble pieces, man. That's their problem, I think.
What do you mean?
Like, like
Elaborate.
you get all the tension throughout the season, and then at the end it's just CGI fight. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
they gotta quit. Like with WandaVision, you had no idea it was going that way
Mm-hmm.
until the last episode, and they were like, "Oh yeah, now we gotta fight now." So they fight, and then Loki. Oh, I think Loki didn't do it, but
Loki was one of the best because they did not do that.
you know they
They gave
didn't
us
do
like
that.
a psychological thing at the end of
Yeah, they
that.
didn't do that. What I meant to say was, I guess its big grand piece was the scene where old Loki was making that cast, the big Asgard.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that was probably it's it's the same but in a different font. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Well, see, and that's why I feel Loki did it right. So see, WandaVision doesn't bother me that whole CGI fight at the end because, in my opinion, they were the first ones to do it. Obviously, WandaVision was the first, and at the end, it was, in my opinion, it was kind of like, okay, well, you know, emotion, everything built up. I feel like it was perfectly done with WandaVision. And then you get to
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, and they were just like, it felt like they were just like, hey, we gotta wrap this up.
Yeah, that one kind of that one. I think that one needs maybe another episode just for John Walker. I think
Why? So we can guess who the secret person was
no,
for another episode.
but I mean
Who was it? The banker
oh no the I can't remember his name.
or her? It was because it wound up being the girl,
Yeah, it did.
but we knew it was the girl the whole time.
Yeah. No, but not because of her, but because I feel John's redemption was kind of rushed.
Oh,
I
okay.
think, like he's like, oh man, I'm Captain America. He kills somebody. He gets reprimanded by the U.S. government. He's kind of like, hey, I was only following orders, doing what you were telling me to do, and then we see him make a knockoff shield, and then the last episode he joins the fight and he's one of the good guys. Like I don't believe that. You know what I mean? Like sure for the sake of the show, get him started on his path, but I think maybe another episode to just round out, you know what I mean, where
Would have
he's like
helped out.
yeah.
I get you. Well, there you
But
go.
again, that was just another big like ensemble piece, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hopefully in season 2 they fix it. And I mean, if it does get greenlit, I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more of Jake Lockley. That'd be cool. Um,
I'm just not man, I was so upset that we didn't even see him. They hinted
Seen
at
him at
him.
the last
Well yeah,
30
but you
seconds.
see they hint at him the whole season and then we don't see him till the second season. I was kinda like, wow, way to
Yeah.
just tease us, you know what I mean?
Well, hopefully, like I said, hopefully we'll see a lot more of him in the second season. I wish we would have seen him in the first season too, but who knows? Maybe they're just building up to it. I'm ready for it. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that one for sure, though. You excited for it though?
I'm excited for it. I'd say yeah.
Okay, good to know. Then we also know that Agatha is gonna be filming pretty soon. Now, who asked for this show? I'm not sure, but what are your thoughts on that? They're gonna be uh, starting that production up.
I um I don't know. I don't Agatha as a villain wasn't even like oh well I guess she wasn't like okay, she was a villain, but her motives were kind of like um I guess selfish, which all villains' motives usually are, but like she didn't feel she didn't really feel like a villain, if that makes sense. Like I
Yeah,
feel like they needed a villain, so they were like, make it her. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like I feel like the WandaVision could have very easily been her trying to help Wanda, but at the end it was more she was more like, no, I want this power. And then once she found out she was like the Scarlet Witch, she was like, you gotta go. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like I guess as a character, she's kind of okay. I'm not too excited for the show. I don't know what they'll do. She's supposed to be stuck in the town or whatever still, right?
yeah. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring the Scarlet Witch, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna help each other out and stuff like that. Something like that. I'm sure Wanda's not dead, and I'm sure that
If she shows up, then cool. That would probably make the show, for me at least, a little better because I do enjoy Wanda as a character. I think.
yeah, I got the I no, I didn't ask for the show. This is not the show that I wanted. Yeah, I asked for something different. I wanted Armor Wars. What the fuck, Marvel?
It's a
Anyways,
movie. It's a movie then.
oh yeah, props for Don Cheadle.
Exactly.
Honestly, he deserves that.
What I hope for that one though is I hope we get. I've been saying this forever. I hope we get Justin Hammer back, just because
Yeah. Huh?
there's someone now that there's someone to fill that hole.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'd probably be like the way I envision it is that he'd probably be angry. You know what I mean?
What's your deal with Justin Hammer, bro?
I really liked him in Iron Man 2.
I mean, he was okay.
I liked him as a character.
He was alright.
No, he was just alright.
What do you mean?
Like I liked him as a character, and the
How
fact
much
that
better could he? No, he was okay.
no,
He was like this dweeb.
he was a yeah, but that was his dynamic was with Tony and stuff, being in Fury and stuff was what interested me because he was more of like, oh, I'm trying to win, you know what I mean?
Mm,
And like I enjoyed that aspect and the fact that he was kind of puppeteering with Whiplash, you know what I mean? I enjoyed that. I enjoyed him as a villain, and then like he got sent to prison. Now we don't know where he's at. So when he shows up in Armor Wars, we know what he'll be doing.
mm.
And what I think or what I would hope is that he sees Rhodey, and like I'm gonna assume Iron Man left him something. Like that was his best friend. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure you did.
So he'd be upset. He'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like, "Fuck you, Tony." You know what I mean? And he'd probably be upset more that he died and like being a hero. You know what I mean? Because you know how he tried to fake being his friend and stuff,
Oh yeah, that's true.
but he was like really throwing shade at him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'd be really upset that he was like, "What the fuck?" Like, oh, he snaps his fingers and now he's a hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I hope he comes back and they give him like really good like character. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hope that movie's good. Like I said, Don Cheadle deserved it. Been waiting all this time.
I know. I was hoping for that show since they announced it and then it got pushed back and then I heard it was rumored to be canceled and then they were like, no, it's a movie now. And I was like, yes.
Yeah. And you know what? Better. Honestly, I think with the formula that Marvel has right now, like we're talking about with the shows and everything, I think it will probably serve better as a movie regardless.
Exactly.
So, props to Don Cheadle. Good job. Sorry, Terrence.
Next time, baby. Next time, never came.
Poor guy. Oh, and another thing, it's finally confirmed. Harrison Ford will be Ross.
I wanna,
Thunderbolt
I
Ross.
wanna see the check they gave him.
My man's. So there's a plot synopsis that leaked supposedly, and he's not going to be in the military anymore, but he's going to have a bunch of military strings. That's what I heard that they're going to go.
Well, that would make sense.
Go
He was like a decorated general, and then if he retires, that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know if they'll make him Red Hulk. I don't know how that'll work. I don't know if they'll make him Hulk.
CGI.
Well, yeah,
They'll probably do it.
I know, but like I don't
Harrison
know.
Ford technically doesn't need to work the mocap suit.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That'd be cool if we see him as Red Hulk. But it would make sense that he still has ties. He's a powerful as.
I R.I.P. But I was really hoping to see him as Red Hulk. I kind of wanted to see how he's gonna look.
He would have been goated for sure.
Yeah, man. R.I.P. though. And another casting rumor. I don't know if you're gonna recognize his name, but Sacha Baron Cohen
That's
supposed to play Mephisto.
that's a mouthful. A name.
You know who that is?
No.
It's Borat.
Oh. He's supposed to play Mephisto?
Yeah, apparently he's gonna play Mephisto in Ironheart.
The hell?
It's a rumor.
I I am tired of hearing this name, Mephisto. I gotta be real with you. I hated hearing it when WandaVision was coming out. I hated hearing it when Loki was coming out. I was like, bro, let it go. He's not showing up. And if he shows up, it's probably gonna be in a book. A very old book that Doctor Strange owns to reference him once and then throw it away. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's gonna be a big deal. I did hear that I guess Ironheart's villain is like the Hood, played by I don't remember his name. He's a singer and
He
actor.
confirmed it. Yeah, I know who it is. I don't know his name either.
Yeah, and I guess he's gonna end up being like a sorcerer of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, if he somehow miraculously shows up, cool. But I am tired of hearing about Mephisto.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think they're gonna do the actual Mephisto. I think they're picking this guy because he looks the part and he's funny. If you've seen the Borat movies, you know that he's fucking hilarious. You watch those shits one day. They're funny as fuck. But like I think that they're gonna pull a Ralph Boner on this. I feel like they're gonna be like, yeah, he's Mephisto, but he's some businessman that jokes around and shit like that. I don't think they're gonna make him like the actual demonic demon thing because, like I told you before, I don't feel like the devil sells across the seas. You know, like people are not gonna pay to watch that like in China and stuff, where like a big chunk of the box office. Now I know there's been times where they pulled out of major markets because, you know, uh, they don't want to see it and they ask them to edit out. Like I know in No Way Home, China asked them to edit out the Statue of Liberty, and they said no. So like they, I know that hurts their sales, and I don't think that they would ever do that. So I'm thinking that they're just gonna make him funny, kind of like how kind of like Scar and fucking She Hulk,
No,
Hulk, like that. That doesn't look like him.
it does not look.
It does not look like him. And it looks dumb, and I was just like, bro, like this
never
is not
understand
like
why they.
they're switching things up just to make it funny, and man, to be honest, I feel like that's why I kind of like DC and look forward to some DC movies because I know I'm not gonna get that same fucking joke shit. Like their tonal difference is a little bit different, and I feel like Marvel, man, like it's hard to take them seriously because they just want to make you laugh all the damn time.
Yeah.
That's why when Eternals came out, people weren't really gravitating to it because they expect Marvel to be funny and do this and do that, and it's like, bro, like, give us some emotion. Like after Phase 3, I've honestly I feel like Phase 4 has been rocky, but at most I just can't. Marvel's been losing me. Like I said last time, it's just been Marvel fatigue. So if they wind up doing that with Mephisto, I won't be surprised. I will be very disappointed in Marvel because they're completely just steering away from all the source material just to get a joke out of it, which is fine if they want to do that. But at that point, I'm probably just gonna be like, "Hey, Marvel, I think you're going the wrong route now."
Yeah, I don't know. It's again, I don't know about Mephisto. I just if he's in it, cool. If he's not, gotcha. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna do the devil. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's different with Ghost Rider because people will be like, "Oh, well, they do Ghost Rider," but Ghost Rider's different. He does the deal with the devil once, and then you can never hear from him again. He can
Mm-hmm.
fight people like Nightmare. He could literally fight anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But I highly doubt we're gonna see a big red figure with horns and the tail and signing contracts with people like they do in
Yeah.
the comics and stuff. Like I don't think it's gonna happen ever. And if it does, cool. I'm wrong, but I doubt it.
Well, hopefully, we'll see what happens. Marvel, Marvel always got something up their sleeve, bro. We'll see what happens with Marvel. Speaking of Marvel, well, just to touch on the game real quick. Spider-Man is gonna be coming out. Developers came out and said it's on track for the 2023 release.
I saw that. Did you see the quote unquote, I don't know if they're real, the leaked images
Oh
where it
yeah,
looks like Green Goblin is attacking Miles and stuff?
yeah, I seen that one.
I saw them and they look legit, but like
That's why I always say take it with a grain of salt, bro.
exactly.
Like, yeah, I mean, if it's all I'm happy about is that it's gonna be coming out at the time that it said it's supposed to be coming out. That's what I've been waiting for this game. So
It
hopefully
looks.
Marvel
I'm hoping the
come through.
trailer. Sorry. I hope the trailer. When they drop one, it gives us. I know it's gonna be a minute till we see gameplay, but I hope the trailer is better than its teaser because we saw Venom, which was great, but I feel like now they're gonna have to up that ante. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, we just showed Venom. We've been teasing him since the first two games. We gotta show
First
them.
two?
Oh well, Spider-Man and Miles.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right.
So like,
I don't count them as like separate games for some reason.
oh okay, well yeah, that's what I mean. I think, and I hope we do see Green Goblin in this game. I gotta be real, because Norman looks like he's kind of going over the edge. He was kind of going. He was kind of getting pissy
Mm-hmm.
in Miles Morales' game. So I do hope we see him, but I hope they do it well. Like I don't know how they'll play it with like, because I'm pretty sure like Harry Osborn is gonna be running around with Venom before they decide to give it to Eddie Brock or something like that, or if they do ever decide to do that. But I don't know how they're gonna pull it off with Green Goblin.
That's gonna have to be wait to see. I'm excited to play it whenever it comes out. Hopefully it doesn't get pushed back. But I mean, everything sounds like it's on course and it's ready to go. So yeah, man, I'm excited to see that.
You
I'm
think they're
ready to
gonna
play.
change up the web slinging? People were like, oh, it feels like this. Like we want to be able to like climb the web and do whoop de doo. You know what I mean? But I feel like the way the web slinging in that game was, it was simple, because it was just they flowed really well. Like imagine trying to do like the combo they're saying where like you like web zip or something and it fucks up your flow. You're not gonna want to feel that when you're just swinging. Like
Yeah.
that's what I loved about Spider-Man and Miles Morales, because like you swing and it just feels flowing. Like you can do that for hours, ignore the missions. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it just feels so fluid. I don't want to have to be swinging web zip and it's all clunky. And now I'm like, damn, I don't. I kind of just want to get the mission over with. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I think the developers, regardless, are gonna improve the web swinging. I think what I don't know how game developers go about it, but what my assumption is that whatever template that they have in the first one, they just basically put it to the next game, and then just add to whatever.
Yeah.
Excuse me, guys. But add to what do you call it to whatever that they have from the first game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I think that they could do something like that, the whole webbing and zipping up and stuff like that, because they did that in what's that game? They did it in Ultimate Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and it was fun, and I think they did a good job. I think they could do it again. I just feel like they wanted a. I think with this first Spider-Man game, because I think they wanted to get that parkour right, that parkouring and jumping off the rooftop and swinging and stuff like that. Like that is basic, fundamental stuff for Spider-Man. So I feel like they really wanted to nail all that before putting out this game. Now that they have it all nailed down, they know the formula, they know what they're gonna do. I'm pretty sure when the next game comes out, it's gonna be better, more swinging, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
I just hope. We get rid of the Mary Jane stealth missions.
Mm-hmm.
Like now that Miles is Spider-Man, I wouldn't mind playing a stealth mission with him, but I just they were
Bro,
the
you
lowest
can't
part of
just
those
go
games.
into everything just guns blazing.
Yes, you can.
No, you need
You're
to.
Spider-Man.
What?
Yeah,
He doesn't even have guns.
he doesn't have guns. He has webs and He kicks really hard.
He does, but you can't just go up in there and be like, "Hey, punch people."
He
Up there.
doesn't have guns, but if I hold R1 and L1, I can pick up a, a sewage what is it? Sewer lid and chuck it at a bad guy. I'm just saying, there's ways to go about it. And I wasn't too fond of sneaking around as a powerless Mary Jane and Miles Morales.
All right.
You can feel the suspense in the mission with Rhino, but that's about it. I think it. Yeah, I don't want to see those missions again.
All right, you hear that, Insomniac? Don't put no stealth missions in damn games. All right. Josh does not approve.
You can put stealth missions, just don't make
No.
them.
Now you backpedaling.
Don't make
No.
them
Now
with
you
powerless
backpedaling.
people. Like
No. Stand on what you say.
I am standing on what I'm saying, but in case Somniac hears this, I need them to know. Don't make them with lame ass characters. Like I don't want to be running around as Spider Man and then play as Norman Osborn where I'm powerless. You know what I mean? Like
Why do I want to be powerless?
because it's boring. I gotta say it.
I'm powerless in real life. God damn it.
Okay, well this is real life. That's Spider Man. If I could choose to be Spider Man, I'd be Spider Man.
You're right. You're right. 100%. With that being said, not a lot of Star Wars news. We got the Andor show. You're currently going through that,
I
so
am going through it.
I don't.
We'll have
think,
a review on that.
Yeah, we'll have a review. We'll come back to that. But one thing that is coming up on the Star Wars side this Friday, Tales of a Jedi. What coming out? All the episodes.
Yep.
15 minutes each. Not as long as I was hoping.
They're short stories.
That's what she said. But I'll take it. That's what she also said.
Man, I'm really looking forward to that show. Just for Ahsoka, which I don't know if anyone else has been feeling it, but they really have been like kind of force feeding us Ahsoka. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
it's Dave Filoni's baby.
Yeah, which is cool and all that, and like it's cool because I know they're probably gonna explain how she was able to like fight against the clones and stuff, judging by that scene where Anakin is like, "Hey, you gotta be ready for anything," and she has like the clones around her. Remember that? So like I'm excited for that, and then Jedi Count Dooku, excited for that one too.
Yeah, I want to see that Jedi Count Dooku and Darth Revan
and Qui-Gon. More Qui-Gon, right? He's in there.
Qui-Gon.
Yes.
Yeah. I think he is. Yes.
I think I remember seeing him in a trailer.
It'll probably be brief.
Yeah. I know. Damn it.
But Darth Raven, I'm really excited to see him too in that show, and then yeah, a young Count Dooku. I really want to see what the hell turned him evil. I hope they explain that in this show. 15 minutes doesn't give me enough hope, but I'm hoping that it's enough to
make it count. Yeah, I think it'll give you the gist because we know. I don't want to sound like the people that are talking about Andor like this, but we do know where he ends up, headless. But it's I just think we need to see how he ended up headless. You know what I'm saying? Like what put him in that position? Yeah, because he was a good guy. I think I don't know if it's canon anymore. I know in Legends, I think they said it was because Qui-Gon preferred Obi-Wan or something like that. As it, I don't know. Mm. But I guess he favored Obi-Wan more, so he was just like, and then after his death, he was like,
over Count Dooku? Yeah. I thought Count Dooku was Yoda's apprentice.
No. Yeah. Maybe? I don't know. I can't remember. Again, this was Legends. I heard this in Legends. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll have to wait. I'll brush up on that. I'm pretty sure Count Dooku was Yoda's apprentice. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. I want to see what happens with Ahsoka. And yeah, Ahsoka's kind of been everywhere, but like I said, technically Ahsoka was supposed to end at the end of the Clone Wars show. But Dave Filoni saved her because, well, he really does like her. That's his baby.
Oh, and Rebels was kind of, confirming she was alive. So.
Yeah. Yeah, how to bring her back.
It makes me think now, what would have happened if, like, Rebels didn't happen, and then they were like, let's continue it, and then they just kill her off?
Well, that's what I'm telling you. I think if and this all happened because of the whole acquisition that happened with Disney and buying
Way
Lucasfilm and everything.
way back when.
Yeah, I'm thinking when if the Clone Wars would have stayed its course, honestly think it would have still been like 7 or 8 seasons,
Yeah.
depending. But I feel like at the end of it, Ahsoka was gonna die. I think that was kind of what they were gonna lead to, but because he wound up putting her in Rebels and everything, because I'm pretty sure he wanted to continue. He wanted to still say some of her stories or whatever, but they probably were like, "Hey, but at the end of the season, like she got to go, or at the end of the series, she got to go because we haven't put her in any other thing." I think that was his cue to be like, "Hey, I'm gonna put her in this show, just to give people hope that Ahsoka is still alive. And then so he did that, and now he just can't let her go.
Which is fine, but I think there's more stories out there without her. But I know she's kind of like she's heavily in Clone Wars, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and then a little bit before Battle of Yavin.
Mm-hmm.
So like she does play a role, but again, it's a big galaxy. So
Mm-hmm.
what basically excited to see her. I just wish they'd do more. Especially with that show coming out. And I know I'm backtracking, but her show, I know I'm gonna love her show. And I know I just said they're force feeding us, but the live action show is where I draw the line. I'm there. I'm gonna draw my line in the sand. If anything more comes out of her after the show, then I'll be like, all right, it's too much. But I'm waiting for the live action show.
Season 2.
Season 2.
What if they're like Ahsoka season 2?
Oh, if, if it continues with season 2, cool. But I still be like, hey, it's different if it's season 2 because they're gonna take like a year or two to, you know,
Yeah.
come out with it. But I mean, like, say Ahsoka comes out and then she's in another property and then another property, I'd be like, too much Ahsoka. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he has been kind of overusing her, but it is what it is. I kind of enjoyed Ahsoka as a character. I really loved her at the end of the I loved her after like season 3 of, I would say, the Clone Wars and onwards. When I seen her in Rebels, it was great. When I seen her in the Mandalorian, it was great. Like I do like her, so I have nothing to say about her. But
She warmed up to me. I'd say season 2 of Clone Wars.
yeah,
Like I liked,
I think that's when they were starting to change her direction.
yeah. Season 1 was kind of and then her appearance in the movie, the
Mm-hmm.
animated movie, she was kind of like a know-it-all and snarky,
Yeah.
which over time that kind of would like fuck with her, but
Like I understood that's where her story arc had to start,
yeah,
but it was kind
it
of
was
annoying.
yeah, it
And I
was
know
annoying.
that's what he was going for, but
Mhm.
good job, Dave Filoni. You really annoyed the shit out of me, bro.
Season 2 is where I think it picks up for me because I do like where she's not totally dependent on Anakin either. So well with what was his name? The bounty hunter. I'm drawing a blank.
Cad Bane?
Cad Bane, thank you. Where Cad Bane was like on her tail and stuff and was like, "Oh, save her or catch me," with Anakin, and he was like, I'm gonna save my Padawan, obviously. Like I liked her there because she was in over her head, and you can tell she learned from that. Obviously, when she was on the planet being hunted by those hunters,
Oh yeah,
remember she was
yeah.
stranded.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can tell she grows, but I think she didn't start growing till like season 2 and onward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think season 2 is when she had that little one episode. She had that mini skirt and the little crop top, and then the next episode she had like a full on different
Yeah,
suit.
the long sleeve.
Yeah,
Thank God,
yeah.
because I
What
was
kind of
not.
design was that, Filoni?
I know. I was like, what the fuck?
Like she was over there in the fucking snow planets with a damn skirt and a crop top. I was like, bro, you're not cold.
I don't know,
The
man.
force keeping you warm.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm excited for Tales of a Jedi this Friday. Make sure you watch it. We're gonna review it and do all that, and we'll bring out that content to you guys. Don't worry, don't
of
worry.
course, of course.
with that being said, that is going to be the end for today. Thanks everybody for joining us on the Film Bros podcast. If you guys have anything to that you guys feel like we should cover, any news, any movies, anything throughout the week, TV shows that you feel like we should cover on our show, go ahead and hit us up
at Film Bros Podcast on Twitter. We do post when new episodes are out. You can leave comments, obviously, about any news or films we may have missed, or if you want us to review a movie of your choice, we can do that too. That's at Film Bros Podcast on Twitter.
Yes, and stay tuned, everybody. We will be putting out a YouTube channel. We will be recording ourselves, and hopefully, if you guys are rocking with us, vibing, we'll probably start doing some live streams here and there as well. I'm your host, JP. That's my co-host, Josh.
See you guys later.
Have a good one.